All right. I'm going to take a listen to our settings. Take a listen to how we're looking and sounding. So wait till we are live, and I'll do a sync check while we go through this X-Death scene. It is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that seems like we're okay. We'll go with that for now. Go through this this longer scene here. Get my beverage moved over for easy reach. I have to tweet this out, I suppose, as well. So I can do that in a minute here while we're mashing through this sequence, the Galef rescue sequence. Let's do that. I hear thunder rumbling in the distance. My window open. Okay. Cool. Chat back up. That back up there. Good, good, good. Keep meaning to oil this chair up to prevent all of the harsh squeaking that we've been getting here in so many streams and videos. Here comes Galef's big rescue. I'm trying to think, what job class should I make Galef? I'm thinking probably Knight. I probably will make Galef a Knight and give him the best sword and shield combo that I have to fight Gilgamesh, just for some evasion. He should do decent damage because I left the ancient sword and the gold shield. I think I left a gold shield for him, and an elf cape. So the elf cape gives 25, gold shield gives, I want to say, 30% evasion. And I could go for the guardian dagger and give him even more evasion, but then his damage really suffers. So I'll see if I can make Gilgamesh an old man with the ancient sword. I think that's what we're going to go for here. Yeah, as Mystic Knight's not going to cut it for this job, so we're going to go regular old knight. We can give him magic sword, I guess, but all right, elf cape, gold shield. That's the ancient sword right there, and that's the best I've got. I think I took the mithril helmet for Bart's in the solo abductor battle, so now I got to go recover the rest of his hit points. That's another reason to do that. And by the way, what is his evasion from the shield? I think it's 30, and then elf cape gives another 25. I want to say 25, or maybe it's 1 out of 3. I think it's 1 out of 4 for elf cape. So I think it is 25%. So you know, fewer than half of Gilgamesh's attacks should land. Of course, that's not precisely how the math works in this, but you can estimate it to be about that. You can estimate that you're adding them on to each other. At least in my mathematical opinion, you can. I'm sure some people will tell me many reasons why that's wrong. That's okay. Don't need to fight any jail bears or jail spiders. I do want a fully charged chicken knife when we arrive. Let me just double check his equipment setup. Yep, and really I'm just looking for the elf cape. So this battle is going to be a hold A and pray kind of battle. I could throw a high potion if I really, really get into trouble. Alright, there's the old status, so that'll help a lot, getting old to land right away. Gilgamesh's speed will really dip, and his damage will go way down. This is him saying ha and ya. So already I do need to throw a high potion, because that's just how Gilgamesh is playing, 2 hits in a row. And each subsequent hit that does land on me is going to do less and less damage, so You hate to have to burn a high potion in this, but I feel that it's better than taking a game over and going through the jail sequence again. I feel like that's much better. So we'll just wait and see. I'd actually be curious to see if he hits me again, how low it can go once he gets down to level 1. Physical attacking enemies really lose a lot more to old status than do magic casting enemies, because physical has a much lower floor than magic does. I have to reset my party makeup here, and let me see what we want to do. I like Ferris. I'll put Ferris in the lead just for a while. Let's get some white mage time for Galef. Let's pick something up at least. I'll put magic shield on him. Magic shield will be just fine. Whoops. That's best, and that's the elf cape. And I believe I don't have any other helmets. I have like a leather hat. That's all I've got. I don't really stock up on much of that stuff. So Guardian Dagger for Ferris, Ancient Sword. Yeah, we'll go for, I think that's the Coral Sword right there. So the Knight has one step down on the sword. It's the best sword I could get in World 1. Very shortly here I'm going to be getting the FA sword, which is great news. That's really nice to have. And I think for now, this might be what we go with. Does she have white magic in her side ability? That's good. Galef will pick up a little bit of white mage experience. I'll be casting Silence a lot on the Bridge Gilgamesh. Before I fight that battle, I'm going to double check what his HP threshold is for his second form. Because when I play it just by instinct, a lot of times I'll have it at the right spot. I feel like this is about when it needs to happen. I feel it. But then I will miss on the Silence and then go, well, okay, I'll just do it next round, and then I miss it. So if I am more careful about HP counting, we'll be in good shape. Here is this really weird scene where they have to sneak past those monsters. I can't remember what happens if you try to talk to those monsters. I'm going to do a heal up here, really just to get Galef's MP back, because everyone else pretty much stayed in their true form, where they were before the transition. And this is going to be a very little grinding kind of run. I'll have to do a little bit of gold fighting. Once I get the break spell, I'll be fighting some battles for money to buy spells that I need. And also a little bit of AP farming just to kind of get the right abilities on the right characters. So specifically trying to learn Sing on everybody. So you can see Ferris is on her way to Sing, but I'm going to have to get at least 150 AP on everybody to get up to where it needs to be. You see Galef is a little bit behind on experience because I fought a couple of battles to get enough HP to survive the Earthshaker Titan attack. Okay. Does he have Magic Sword? No, he doesn't. So we'll put Magic Sword on him. Because I will need some. Yeah, I'll keep White Magic on Ferris because I'll use songs here for these fights. That's fine. Alright, Magic Sword, Bolt 2. I have to say things out loud a little bit more than we'd normally like to. I think these guys can be stopped. Yeah, they can be stopped. So, not a problem. And he needs to just go Bolt 1 because he hasn't picked up his level 3 Magic Sword yet. Not a lot that Galef can do here except just attack and try to do a little bit of damage. And she should do... Oh, that was Ice, not Bolt. And I messed that up all the way around, actually. Of course, and then he had Ice as well, so that is Bolt. That's my fault. So this battle's going to go on a little longer than I'd like it to. But there's not a lot of danger, obviously, because all those guys are in stop status, just hanging out. And we can just keep them locked, because they can do stuff like Mustard Bomb, and Mustard Bomb can be real messy. So this just bolt 1. He already has a Coral Sword in, so I probably... Actually, I don't know if that makes any difference than just the regular element of the weapon. There's some more thunder rumbling in my area, in my part of the world. Alright, one more stop song and we should be good. Okay, I got to try to remember the path, and I remember the path better for the first half of this before Gilgamesh than the second half of this. Alright, so now we are going to do a quick check of a couple things. Magic Sword, that's Confuse. That must be Mute right there, yeah. So I think that is Mute spell, so that's the one I want for my Mystic Knights as well. Let's double check his Threshold. Gilgamesh Dungeon, Gilgamesh Bridge. Yep, there we go. 2,500 and HP500. So after 4,000 damage is when I can make sure to keep him in Silent Status. After 4,000 damage, shouldn't be too tricky to do with this guy. 4,000 damage. All right, let's go. 4,000, and I'll use Silence Sword for my Mystic Knights, so it shouldn't be too bad. Let us apply Silence Sword for her. Let's apply Regen Status, and I might get some Protect going. Or that is nope, never mind. That's not White Magic. That was Sword Magic. And he's got Silent Sword as well. You are going to apply some Protect spells. Okay, very good. Yeah, and so I think that's the Silence ability right there. And she only has level 1 Cure spells. So there's not much more that Ferris is going to be able to do except just level 1 Cure. That's okay. I'm prioritizing Ferris to pick up the spells. And you know what? I think you can hold this Gilgamesh. So let me try that. I might take the silence off of Lena. I think I may have made a slight tactical error there. Yeah, so you can hold him, and so that's going to make a big difference in what he's going to do. So that's much better. I would much prefer to get that on. That was a on-the-fly adjustment right there. Bart still has the Silent Sword. Almost there. And actually, if I'm using Silent Sword on both of my Mystic Knights, and they're going to be doing the brunt of the damage in this battle, then I don't really have to worry so much about HP counting. Because anytime we land, we're going to be reapplying Silence Status. Anytime we land a hit, we're going to be putting Silence Status back onto Gilgamesh. So, change of plans mid-battle, which is kind of how I roll with things. Oh, and she can't... I didn't know that you could apply that. I couldn't remember for sure if you could apply that. I don't think Stop Status works on him. I don't believe it does. I think he's immune to it. So really what that Bard's going to be doing is just healing on the occasional attacks that Gilgamesh does. I should throw the heal staff onto my white mage and just use that. And let my physical bruisers do the bulk of the work. Yeah, I think I will. I'll throw the heal staff on my white mage. Because regen is going to end up doing a really good job of healing everybody up. So that'll be two ticks of regen will heal that white mage. That's all he will really need, is 2 ticks of regen, but since he got hit, I will just heal him up. Because now we're at a point where regen is going to actually start to do some good work for us. So there's not a terrible amount of danger. Let me just double check that that is the mute spell. Alright, I missed anyway. Wind Slash. Okay, so that is a nasty one, obviously. Any area of effect damage that we're going to take at this point in the game is going to be kind of gross. But a couple of Cure and Cure 2 spells will be more than enough to help us handle that. Once he transitions and starts jumping, like when he starts doing the double jump, I probably will have some characters hit the deck, so I want to preserve some MP on my white mage if I can. I want to keep the white mage healthy. But at 200 damage a pop, it is going to take a little while to wear him down. Without an elemental weakness, it's awfully hard. I have to say, without an elemental way to boost your damage. And the knight hasn't learned double grip yet, because I just got the knight as my earth job. Normally by this time you would have a knight or 2 with double grip. So that's a way you can amplify your damage. Sadly, I don't have that just yet. Let's just do this, because like I said before, I want to preserve as much MP on my white mage as possible. And Ferris is actually helping out a little bit with her attacks. I think she still has the Guardian Dagger on. 336 might be her max. And surely it is. Okay, so... Oh, that was not mute, I guess. That was not mute status. That's curious. I thought that was Silence Spellblade. But it looks like we did not have silence on him at that time. So now we are trying to do the last 2,500 damage to Gilgamesh. Now, he is an old status, so his danger level is not going to be all that high. So it just means it's going to take a while to grind down that last bit of damage. Because he's in Protect status now. Jump should still do... Okay, Jump does about half of what it normally did before. And so we are going to do about half of what we were going to be able to do before. So still not a lot of danger there. I'm just curious about what that is. Maybe I was wrong about that being Silent Sword, but I thought that that's what that was. Maybe it was Sleep Sword that I was looking at. Yeah, that might be Sleep Sword. As I think more about that, I'll bet that is Sleep Sword. So there's me being kind of silly. But not a big deal, ultimately. So I should have been casting Silence with Galef, but... it matters not much. Electric Shock, pretty weak. Old Status was the real champion here in this fight. Okay, regular old attack. So let's try to keep everybody's hit points above 200. and regen status will help that, although what the Bard picks up from regen is pretty pathetic. So this is not a battle that I'll be super proud of in terms of my execution, but just sandbagging up with the white mages and holding Gilgamesh down to level 1 is really all we needed. That was pretty poor damage. Okay, 176. Here we go. So that's Poison Sword. I wonder what... Let me see what that looks like from her. I'm just curious as to what that spell is. Electric Shock on Lena. Okay. Let me see if something here gives me a hint. Okay, another jump on Lena again. Lena's been getting picked on with that jump a little bit. Alright, Lena, what's this look like? Okay, so that actually might be Mute Sword. Because of the color. That actually might be Mute Sword. Turns out I may have just been trying to sleep him this whole time. Alright, that was the old status from the Ancient Sword. That's not what we're looking at. Jump again. So jump's actually a magic attack in this game. So the way it's coded in this battle is as a magic attack. It's getting a lot of jumps off these days. Yeah, so at 100 damage per attack, it's going to take us 25 attacks to get him down the rest of the way through his Protect status. And that's with Ferris, you know, plunking 23 damage on each one. So 25 rounds, probably, all told. Or no, sorry, 13, 14 rounds, I think, is the probably the final tally. Sadly, I don't have Dispel yet for that White Mage, so we can't get rid of the beneficial statuses. Okay, that's a pretty good poke on the Bard. And any one of these attacks should get him down. Anytime now. I would love it if my Bard was able to do it. Okay, that'd be kind of fun. Cool. And there it is, sure enough. Alright, there goes Gilgamesh. So not a proud battle with Gilgamesh because I think I was casting Sleep Sword instead of Silent Sword, but that's just, that's the danger of playing on the Japanese version when you do not read Japanese, and I didn't take the time to look it up. I didn't bother to go look it up. This one, I know the route much less. I'm glad that's not a double. These guys actually absorb the lightning status, so we're just going to stay, I think we're just going to stay normal here. My knight is going to have to use a different sword, because this guy will soak up anything from the Coral Sword. And we'll just chill out with the White Mage. That is fine. Okay, so no stop status. Will Charm status work? Yes, it will. So I could have nullified that last attack. Let's nullify its next attack. There we go. And that did it anyway. I suspect that knight probably could have done it on its own attack anyway. All right. I think we're clear now. Good. All set. And prepare to be blown away. Literally blown to another continent by the barrier wall. Being generated by the barrier towers. Okay. And I don't know how she doesn't get blown away. Does she back up enough? Does she not come in contact with that barrier wall? I wonder what happens with Curl there. I don't know. So I'm going to run from the battles here until I can buy Break Sword. Then once I do pick up Break Sword, it'll be kind of on. This is just back attack insurance. These guys here do hit rather hard. But I will need, that's my turbo mode on again. I will need a ton of money to buy all the spells I need here, and I don't think I have nearly enough. 21,000 I don't think is nearly enough. Because I need to buy all of the level 4 white spells. And I think 2 level 5 or level 4 black spells. I need to look at what's available again. Because I think Drain and Break are both at that level. See, this is why I got back attack insurance. And we're going to be watching a cutscene in this town. Normally I try to avoid that if I can, but since we're going to be hanging around the town a little bit, picking up a little bit of money from these guys specifically, from the Dilure guys, we're going to watch that cutscene. So we might as well do that now while I look up the spell lists. The innkeeper lets us stay for free because he's surprised that we actually have a customer. So I don't know why they are in business, but because we get to stay for free, though, we have to pay for it with a cutscene. Dialogue sequence between Galef and Bartz. The spell levels for Sword Blade. Yeah, I was wrong about that. So Silence was the middle spell in that last battle with Gilgamesh. So I was trying to put him to sleep when it needed to be the orange one for Silence Blade. It just made that battle last a little longer. Yeah, level 4 is Drain, Break, Bio, so I need to get all 3 of those black spells. Yep. And then I need to get all the white magic as well. So I need to buy 6 level 4 spells. I think they are 3,000 each. And I will also, I think I'm going to pick up the Sleep Sword here, just one of them. That's another chunk of money. No, it's not that one. I do need to play the piano here in the pub, so let me take care of that also. This one, is this the secret piano? Yes, it is the secret piano in Regal. And let's enjoy. All right, that's piano number 6, I believe. Because there's 5 in World 1, 2 here in World 2, and then 1 more in World 3. So let's head to the magic shop and get what we need. All right. I still had turbo mode on. So I think that's the black. Yeah, and this is the white store, white magic store. Good. That's break sword, that's bio sword. Okay, so now we can do a little bit more fighting. And that's all the better, all for the better. So I'm going to pick up... no, you know what? I'm not going to pick up the sleep sword. I'm going to save the money because I'm going to be getting the epee here soon. So it's going to be ancient sword and epee will be my 2 swords combo. I won't worry about the sleep sword so much. Cool. All right, and that is... Yep, so that's fire, and then that's break sword. You gotta come back. Okay, let's go charm song. Very good. Very good. Sonic wave. Oh, he doesn't have that extra, so we'll just have him attack. No problem. White mage. And let us break sword. Ka-chink. There we go. Let's cancel their next attack, and then we'll break them again. Sonic wave again. Very good. No, no. Break sword one more time. And the battle with the 5 Dilure, the pink guys, those are nice. And if you can confuse them, maybe I'll just get one of those in here now. I'll just get one of them in. If you can confuse them, they can use fusion on you. And so they will actually self-kill to heal up your party members. So fusion's a nice one. And because we can put mass charm status on guys, that works out perfectly. So now Lena is going to be one-shotting these things every single time. And Ferris will be charming them all. And that knight can just attack the one that's not charmed. Not a problem. I guess Galef could have cast charm on that one, but we'll be okay. There's fusion, so it will heal one of our characters as it dies. That one had already had fusion queued up when its turn had popped up, so that was kind of neat. There is break sword on that piece. We'll just... I think this will fail. Yep. Wait. Alright. Wait. Alright, yeah, so it wasn't fast enough. I could have had Galef cast charm again on that one, but it matters not. Now we just need to hope that that one gets a turn and uses fusion quickly and uses it on Ferris is the hope. Nope. Use it on somebody that had full health. It's not always obvious who it is. You have to watch their health number at the bottom of the screen. Alright. This one I think we'll get out of it. Not as lucrative a fight, and I do need the chicken knife charged. Now likely I'm going to be running into a Kuza beast when I'm in this area. That's not the battle I want anyway. Those fairy orcs are a little bit annoying. They can do healing. And this one I will fight, just because much more lucrative battle, a lot of gold, decent experience, and AP, I believe, as well. And there's really not much that the knight's going to be doing, or the white mage. We can try to charm that last one individually. Fusion is obviously what we always want. And see, we didn't quite get the charm spell off. Those guys were just a little bit too fast. We got Galef's turn, but we did not have the wait time. This is a really great fusion rate, though. Look at all these fusions. I think all of them did fusion, except just that last one, which will now die to the break sword. $1,200 gold, 441. Oh, it's only 1 AP. I thought it was a little better than that. That's a regular potion, by the way. I will need to buy some high potions when we get down to Ball Castle. And I can always, if I need AP, I can always grind on the statues down in the basement of Ball. And just throw the softs at them. This is not a super optimal party to do that because we have a couple of slower characters, but the Mystic Knight will probably be able to get a soft off before the statues. Yeah, actually, almost surely the Mystic Knight will be able to get a turn off. These guys, if I don't have good crowd control, I'll get out. Those guys can be break sorted, I believe. These fights with the Radiator Slime guys are definitely not really worth the effort to fight. But these guys, I think we can break sword them, so let's try. Let's do one. I think they can be charmed as well, although they cannot... They don't have a suicide attack. They don't have a self-sacrifice attack. Yeah, they have a self-hitting attack, but not a self-sacrifice attack. He got the double back row penalty. And yep, indeed, that did kill it. Charm Song again. And I'll just do the same thing. Okay, so he gets the regular back row penalty. So all of the back row penalties still apply. So it breaks logic a little bit, but it does make sense in a way. No. Alright, I guess that one. Alright, just hang out. Alright, we'll finish this fight off, and then I'll go on to fight the Bone Dragon. After this little one, I won't be spending too much time grinding, because there are better spots to pick up the gold and AP I need. Namely, the Ball Castle basement. AP is a little more valuable to me. To get the Bard's Sing ability on a few different characters. Nothing I want from that. And maybe, just maybe, I can get lucky on a life spell casting. And save myself a Phoenix down. I actually am going to go for that. I'm actually going to try that. It might be stupid of me because if that dinosaur nerfs anybody in the first round, then they will be missing out on, I think it's 9 AP. But I will try a casting of the life spell and see what we can do there. Do not want to fight 6 Radiators. Those guys are pretty annoying. There's the Phoenix down that serves as the hint as to how you can beat this next boss. I firmly believe that's why it's there. Before we do this, I'm going to make sure that I have a couple of characters with White Magic level 3. I think Lena might have White level 3. No, she only has level 2. You don't have, well, yeah, 1 level of it. And you only have level 1. So I actually only have only have just the one. It's just going to be Galef. It's just going to be Galef. So I will have Galef attempt the life spell. And if he misses, then I'll have the Knight throw a Phoenix down. Because I think the Knight will go after. So nothing from the Mystic Knight. Nothing from the Bard. Oh, the White Mage is indeed the slowest character. So I do have to take a bit of a risk here. And I think that's partly because it's Galef. Galef gets a natural penalty to speed anyway. I think the White Mage is a slightly faster job than Knight, but I think Galef gets a natural reduction in his agility just from being Galef. He has a little bit more vitality, so his hit points are a little higher, and his attack's a little bit higher. But he just doesn't have the speed like he used to, being Galef. Yeah, I'll be ending the stream in about 35 minutes or so. That's about how much time I have left, so I'll see where I am at the top of the next hour. I will need to be ending the stream right around the top of the next hour. So I'll see how far I can get for that. I doubt I'll be able to do the entirety of the Hiryuu Valley or Draken Vale. I doubt that because there's just so many cutscenes in between and so many errands to run in between. But then again, maybe things will go really quickly. But I know the Moogle side quest here is... it's not really a side quest, but the Moogle scene is quite long to get all the things that you need. Because I'll grab the Elf Cape, Dancing Dagger, the 10,001 Gil. But all of this involves just chasing Moogles around for a while and then mashing through some text boxes. So let's see if I can trigger all of the correct... Yep. That is a Moogle saying Kupo. So I gotta approach this Moogle up here. And yep, he'll disappear. Exclamation mark. And we have a little chat with the Moogle. Okay, tells us we can have whatever we want. And there's an Ether. That's a Phoenix down. That's 10,000 Gil. That's 1 Gil. I think that's the Dancing Dagger. And that is a cabin. So you can see what all that stuff is. 10,001 Gil. Here is the Moogle suit. We put the Moogle suit on, and then we make the next Moogle fall in love with us in the next tree. And that Moogle gives us their elf cape. That's the heart emotion bubble there. And that is our third and final elf cape. So you can see I glitched through a couple of Moogles there. If your movement is just right and their movement is just right, you'll glitch through NPCs on the field. Here is Kara, or Kryl, is communicating through her own little Moogle buddy there. I don't know if that's her pet or her assistant or her servant or just her friend. And the Moogles in the forest send a message to her Moogle, letting them know that your companions, including your grandpa Galef, are here in the Moogle village. And I like that the dragon, in spreading its wings, knocks that Moogle flat. That's kind of cute. So, having received the message, the dragon is able to fly Kryl over to the Moogle village area. Here, it can't see where we are, she's looking for where we are, but you can't tell where it is, and she brought the Moogle with her, and so that Moogle is able to put this image in the forest that they can see. And it's right at the nose of the Moogle face that it spells out. Shows them their landing pad. So the Moogle is able to reveal the secret location of the Moogle forest. And now we hop on, and we're going to be transported back to Ball Castle, which is Galif's home castle, his old stomping grounds. And the other Moogles wave goodbye, and we are on our way. Ain't it cute? Ain't it just cute? So now we're heading back to Ball Castle. And at Ball Castle, we have a few errands we need to run. Just to get some extra money, I will do the little side quests. I need the epee sword, so that I'll definitely equip right away, but I will do the little side activities in grabbing the Lamia harp, which I can use, and then the angel robe, which I cannot use, because that is I think it's a chemist and freelancer only piece of gear. I think it protects against poison element stuff. I don't think it lets you absorb it. I think it just nullifies poison, but not that I use it very often. But the Lamia harp is nice. I don't use harps except the Apollo harp very often in this game. Mostly because most harps are not very effective against bosses because they are percentage-based attacks. So they work like a demi spell. And any enemy that is heavy, including most bosses, cannot be affected by those kinds of things. Although the dragon plant up here, that is heavy, so that one can be cheesed a little bit if you have the demi spell. So a harp may actually work on that thing. So that might be it might be worth equipping the harp to fight the dragon pod. I haven't really thought much about this party the best way to handle that thing. I think Bio Sword might help. I think the rain is moving into my neighborhood. It looks like. Alright, here we go. So I think that's the exit spell down there, but just to be sure, one of them is the exit spell and one of them is something else. So I'll run those errands now. I'll pick up the extra harp and the angel suit. So this area up here gets you both of those items. You can get behind the counter here and you can pick up the, I think this is the robe right here. I think that's the robe. And this tile right here lets you get the Lamia harp. And I don't even have the silver harp. So shopkeepers get mad at you and toss you back. So he gives you so I think that's the Lamia harp. And I think the Lamia harp is still a percentage-based attack. Some harps are and some aren't, I think. Their harps are very weird. Harps are very weird. I'm going to sell off the angel suit while it's at the bottom of my inventory, and I know what it looks like. There she be. Okay, that's the one. Okay. That one. I'm going to sell off a few of my things that are less than useful. That's a dark matter. Not going to need that. Not going to need that. The rest of these I think I'll keep along. Yep. Okay, so we're all set. Those errands are done. I have to go over to the inn part and buy some high potions. And also some Revivifies, so I have to go to the item shop. Because that's where item shops in the second world tend to live, at the inn. There are just a couple of desks at the inn on these guys, these towns. So I think I will have time to go ahead and fight the dragon pod, because I do have some time, and this is going a little faster than I thought. We do have to go through the Kelgar cutscene, but because I have the Bard, I should be able to just rip through most of the Dragon Valley. So I will be fighting a lot more of those enemies than I normally do. Okay, there is the better sword right there. So now you can go from the Mithril sword to the much better epee sword. And you can keep the keep the ancient sword. She has a shield in her right hand because I switched her to turn off her elemental or her status sword there. Turns out unnecessarily, because you can still apply a weapon effect. It cancels out an element of your weapon, but I guess it doesn't cancel out a weapon effect like the ancient sword. So quick stop at the inn/item shop, and then I will go up to talk to Kryl, and then Kryl will tell me that we can go and try to pick up the dragon grass that will heal the dragon that is in very rough shape after rescuing us. And I have plenty of softs, but I'm not going to go down and grind on those things on stream. I do not like on-stream grinding. Not my favorite thing. So I'm going to pick up some Revivifies. I usually don't get more than 4. No, those are... Okay, those are drinks. Those are drinks. I'll get a couple of cabins. I still have a good number of tents left over from World 1. And now I need a bunch of high potions. Let's go with that many for now. Phoenix Downs, I might just get up to 10 Phoenix Downs, and we'll get a couple more softs just to get to 45, I guess. If I ever decide to go down to that basement. And I do need a quick heal, so we'll get that as well. A little bit longer. They do charge you the full price, even at Galef's own castle, to rest. At the inn. Even at his own castle. Full price. And there's more thunder in my area. And I can never remember all of the order, the sequence that you need to do all this stuff. I can never remember all of that. Okay, here we go. This is where Kara tells us, or Kryl tells us, all about the problems with her dragon. He's really hurting. Needs the dragon grass, the legendary dragon grass. But we can handle that, no problem, because we are the awesome heroes that we are. Here we go. Yeah, so we'll pick up Requiem after the Kelgar cutscene in his town. I don't think there's any weapons that we need to buy in that town. Sometimes you can buy, well, depending on your party makeup, you can buy the poison rods there, the venom rods. So if I had a black mage, I would buy some venom rods to boost my bio spells against the dragon pod. If I had ninja, I think there's some new stuff there for ninjas. Although I haven't had a ninja for a long time. in this game, and certainly I don't think ever on this cartridge. But I think there's a step-up ninja knife down there. And then there's also a the killer bow is there. So for your hunter, you can pick up a killer bow. And this I don't understand. This monster attack that you get here. I don't quite get what's going on with that. But I think he can be break-sworded. I think he's good on break-sword. So we'll charm him anyway, just to burn his action. Have him waste a turn. Well, he might not get a chance to waste a turn because he is turned to stone. So that cost all of 5 MP to get us 2 AP. And not much else, it looks like. So Ferris is on her way to learning Sing. The mountain will help us. The Hiryuu mountain will help us because the zombie dragons give, I think, 2 or 3 AP each battle. So they are pretty good battles. They also give you dragon fangs every fight. And dragon fangs sell for 2,500 a pop. So every one of those fights, I'll get the gold for the fight, which I think it's less than 2,500, but the real money in those fights comes from the dragon fangs. So I will sell every single one of those. And here we have the Kelgar cutscene. So enjoy. The other werewolves, or the wolf men of this town, attack, and here comes Kelgar, the king of the wolf men. And he threatens us. He doesn't recognize Galef. He's threatening Bartz. He challenges Bartz to a duel. And Bartz, to earn the trust of this wolf man, or to just impress him, I guess, decides to take him on in this duel. So, Kelgar goes into, like, Matrix mode. Bartz goes into seeing through the Matrix mode and is able to time his attack perfectly to lock him in, wabam. And just like that, Kelgar is knocked out and he will never get out of that bed again. He will never get out of that bed. He is going to be there for the rest of this game until he dies a noble death. So, good for him, I guess. Good for Kelgar. Good for Kelgar. Alright, looking good. This is the Shinto cave. This is where the original 4 heroes seal Exdeath away into his prison of crystals. That is Dorgan in the back there. Dorgan is our main character, Butts' father. Kelgar is the Wolfman. Galef is the brown-haired guy, who you'll all recognize. And then the Viking-horned king is King Ziza. Or Zizat. I don't know how to pronounce his name in Japanese, but Ziza, or Zizat, is that king. And this is Exdeath being sealed away into the 4 crystals. I think we're still in the merged world at this time. I don't think the world has been torn asunder yet in the fiction, in this universe. And this is where Galef and Kelgar are finishing up their memories, and Kelgar tells us we have to go out and fight Exdeath because Exdeath is back. And Exdeath is running amok in this world because we've actually seen Exdeath when he captured us. And so now we're free to go. I need to remember to get Requiem, the song Requiem, because that is going to help me torch all of these monsters. And let's do that. Okay, there it is. That's the song Requiem. So that will help burn all the undead dragons to a crisp in this next mountainous area. And we've got high potions to get us through the rest. We're also going to be picking up the Hypno Crown in this area, so that will get us another nice chunk of money. Forgot to turn off the turbo button whenever you see me try to run away and it goes so quickly back and forth like that. Okay, 7:33, not a bad time. A lot of that is just me messing around. A lot of that is me putting the controller down to do some errands or some other things on my computer. So that's not all solid playtime. But yeah, this mountain is a pretty lucrative area. You get a lot of gold here, you get a lot of valuable stuff here. And I'm actually going to leave the bone mail where it is. If I decide later that I want to use it, I will come back for it, but for now I'm going to leave it where it is. Alright, here we go. I'm going to have her start by going after the other enemies. You are just going to sing Requiem. Nicely done. The better fights of these are the ones that are just against the dragons, I have to say. Let's go. Do you still have the heal staff? Yes. Because these little annoying dudes are, they're a pain, I have to say. So I could have probably put Break Sword on her in that first round. I think I will have to do that for future battles because the Knight and Mystic Knight just are not quite powerful enough to take it down in one smack each. And we're gonna start eating nasty attacks here if we're not real careful about what we do. We'll start eating nasty attacks. So I've got to get some more damage in. Fire Sword will help that. I don't know if just 3 Requiems itself will do it. It might. Yeah, it will. Okay. 30, yeah, maybe 3,600, I guess, is there. So that's a Dragon Fang. They'll drop that every time. They will drop that every single time. So, no worries. No problems. Oh, am I going the wrong way? Am I going backwards now? There's Golem. Golem is kind of a pain, because he can actually kill some of your characters. I think I might be going the wrong way here. Yeah, I think I am. Either that or I am now, and then I'm really going to be embarrassed. Because, yeah, I can't have my guys eating a bunch of magic hammers from those drippy guys. I don't know if they're actually called drippies, but whatever. Okay, so let's apply Break Sword, and then she'll just go after the drippy guy next. Because I think she can just one-shot it at that point. Alright, the Avis actually getting a quick turn. Wow. All the enemies getting a quick turn. And that's pretty ugly. That's pretty nasty. Getting a miss on the Avis is pretty gross, because now we have trouble a-brewing. Let's get this guy taken care of. I gotta get another Requiem on the dragon. And let's see if my Knight can get the Avis. Okay, before it starts doing stuff, because I think the Avises can put some statuses on you, maybe even stone. Because there's another miss right there with our nice epee. Nice swing and a miss. Let's see if that thing can be put to stone. Looks like it can. Very good. And one more Requiem should do it. Yeah, so it's a great chunk of everything. Experience, gold, and then, of course, the Dragon Fang reward at the end is even more gold. Alright, let's get through this dungeon, shall we? Okay, yep. That's a cabin. Later on, there's a spot where there's a Phoenix Down in a place like that. This one, I think I'm just going to try to get away, because I'm going to lose a character, probably. Someone's probably going to die if I fight that battle out, and I don't want to deal with that. And my Bard is very quickly running out of MP. That's fine. You don't necessarily need that Bard to have a ton of MP, just using the Bard to heal right now. Preemptive on Golem is actually pretty good luck, because Golem is super fast, and he'll get a big attack on. He actually probably could kill my Mystic Knight in one shot, because she is in the front row, and she is rather lightly armored, because I don't buy a lot of armor. Alright, we'll do this again. And we'll see if we can get that Avis taken out a little bit more quickly by my Knight, and not have two misses. That is, yeah, I think that's a poison sting or poison attack. So she is now poisoned, but is going to not waste any actions de-poisoning herself. And Galef's going to put a little bit more pressure on the dragon. Probably strictly not needed, but I'll just keep that up if I can. Let's get rid of you, Drippy. So there's another attack, and you can see how potent those attacks are. And so that Knight has now missed 3 attacks in a row on that Avis. 3 attacks in a row. That's 4 attacks in a row it's missed. So you can see that's evasion is a significant part of that bird's defense. And again, the stone attack missed. So now we're going to have more damage used up. And with a party like this, we really do rely on physical attacks landing quite a bit. And either of these two can land a physical attack. Can be either of them. I don't care who. I don't care which. Either one's going to be a one-shot kill. There is the break sword landing. But I will take the rewards. We need to de-poison self. There we go. Using her own MP to do it. Like I said before, I'm going to skip the bone mail here. We will not be worrying about the bone mail. And this battle not worth fighting because it has all of the gross parts of the dragon battle without any of the rewards. So we're going to go fall down this hole. That hole. We got to go push the switch in there to change the topography of the outside map. There we go. And we're in the last act of the dungeon. 7,000 gil right there. That's a really nice chest to pick up. And after this area, money becomes a little bit easier, I feel, after this area. I could have probably just rescued Golem there and saved myself a few Golem battles. But that battle doesn't reward you as a normal battle would with money or AP. So there are 2 things I can't use but will sell. There's the wind... the samurai weapon, that's the wind slash, I think it's called, or wind knife or something. And then the hypno crown, which is, we actually can equip it. Some of my party members can actually equip the hypno crown, but it sells for 34,000 and something gil, so it's really much better to just sell it. Because we don't have a Beastmaster, so we don't need the bonus to control. I went the wrong spell again, so now she's doing ice damage. I wasn't careful enough with my menuing. I just went up to the spells and didn't go over to fire. That's my bad. That's okay. It wouldn't have made much of a difference in the fights. Because now, actually, I have Bart's there is able to put some attacks on. It would just be doing probably something like 800 damage instead of something like 200 damage. But the Requiem is the real star here. We all know that. And there it goes. And that's 4 Dragon Fangs. So that is 10,000 gil right there, just in Dragon Fangs. So that is almost 2 of the next level spells that I need. And actually, I need all of those spells anyway. Okay, back to Break Sword. Back to Break Sword. Requiem. Let's see if I can hit that Avis with the Knight. That would be real next level stuff. Nope. Not happening, apparently. So now we're going to be eating a bunch of crap from these guys. A bunch of extra attacks that we don't need. And there's Poison again. I think that attack is called Beak in one of the English translations. It's just called Beak. And Galef can heal himself. And we'll do one more song should do it. I think this is gonna miss. Oh no, never mind. Apparently those things can be turned to stone. That's kind of fun. I didn't remember that detail. All right, and we're just about to replenish. So Ferris had just enough gas to make it down here in her MP pool. After getting hit with that magic hammer. Let's burn a tent here instead of a cabin, because it's just a little bit that we need. Do a little bit of menuing here. I'm going to throw on the harp onto onto Ferris. Because I think that is a percent-based attack that will really hurt this thing. I'll put on the Hypno Crown for now, and I got to remember to take it off before I sell it when we get back to town. Everything else is pretty normal. Let me just look up the Hiryuu plants. Hiryuu plants. Okay. Charm mute. Paralyze. It can be stopped, and it's not heavy, so I can actually stop it with the stop song. So I'll do that too. That's what I thought. You could hit it with stop, so I will do the stop song, and then we'll just go after it with everything we've got. Hope that sounds good, and that should put me finishing up the stream right about the top of the hour, just as I wanted. Let me go ahead and rescue this thing, just to clear it out. I don't get much reward for this, but the reward is that I don't have to worry about fighting Golem anymore. As you'll see, the dragons will actually turn. Oh, she's ice again. My bad again. I wasn't looking carefully enough. I thought she'd still thought the cursor would still be on fire, and of course it was on the last thing that I cast, which was ice, in fact. Okay, there goes that piece. He's down. And I think it'll actually, yeah, it's about the same right there. Golem just says, help me, help me. So every time Golem gets a turn, all he can do is say, help me. And now Golem needs to get a turn in order to prompt his dialogue to say, thanks, I'll go with you now. So you do have to wait a little bit here. And with kind of a fast party, it's taking a long time before he gets that turn. Okay, come on, Golem. There we go. Golem's good. So I guess I got 3 AP for it. And let me just use Golem out of my inventory so that he's gone. And there's the bing! That's the sound that enemy attacks make when they hit Golem, which is kind of fun. One... That's not a stray cat. That might be a stray cat, or Lyco cat or something. Something like that. Okay, getting ready for Dragon Pod, or Hiryuu plants. So we're going to stop it, and because it's not heavy, it will stay in stop status for a while. So I can put it in stop status, and then I can sit on it for a while. I guess I can just sit on it. I don't think poison will actually help her, but I'll throw it on there anyway. I don't think it will hurt, but I don't think it will help either. Okay, so I need to get stop status. And I need to kill those flowers, because those flowers, I wish I could have gone first. But sadly, I did not go first. I'm just going to have Galef hang out. This battle's not one where I'm going to need much of Galef. We won't need much of him. Let's do stop one more time. Bartz will take that piece out. Okay. And so now it's just us and the plants. I'm going to put the flail back into the White Mage's hands because it's just going to be about grinding this thing down with damage. Bile Sword, yeah, there's not a weakness there, so I think it's not much of a problem. Okay, so the Harp attack didn't happen. So that might be something where it has to be susceptible to that status for it to happen. So the harp might not be, the Lamia harp might not be a weapon to use here for this fight. This thing has about 12,000 HP. And we're doing, looks like about 800 per attack. So let's just keep the damage going. I'll get my Bard up to the front row. Should have done that before the battle, but just wasn't thinking ahead enough. I'll do Stop Song again, though, this time, because if the plant comes out of stop status and gets a turn like that, it will call 3 more flowers. The flowers, I think, also are susceptible to stop status, though, so it's not like they're all that dangerous. It's not like they're dangerous. I don't think Galef can actually take one out, can he? No, he doesn't have enough gas to take one out. And so, yeah, that's rough because now my only real source of stop is paralyzed. And so you can see, if you're not careful about your execution, this battle can get a little out of control. Gets a little off the rails. The plant almost surely will bring more plants now. It'll almost surely get a turn before my Bard can act and sing the song coming out of Paralyzed. No, maybe not. Maybe I can get the song off. Nope, and the song didn't land. So the song actually does have to pass a check. So it's not a 100% landing of that one. It does have to pass a check. So maybe my Bard is best served just reapplying stop status all the time, as much as she can. Just to make this battle a little bit quicker, she might be better off doing that. Oh cool, I put that plant in old status before it died. Yay. Chunk. And I'll try to just keep refreshing stop status. And doing 50 to 100 damage, or 20 to 100 damage with my White Mage. Yeah, I tried to get a little bit fancy with my Bard, and as you can see, it backfired on me. But, not a problem. We're in good shape. Again, about 12, I think 12,000 hit points. And we're doing in the neighborhood of 900 or so. Maybe, you know, you could say with Galef's attack, when he lands an attack, we're doing about 1,000 per round when he's able to land an attack. So that's about 813 right there. And that's closer to 900. When Lena gets a good roll, and Butts gets a good roll, we'll do closer to 1,000. She got 315, 522. So that is 830 something plus 85, so a little over 900 again, I guess. And this is another just kind of hold A and pray. We're not really praying, we're just kind of holding A and letting the game do its thing, because we've pretty much got this in a lockdown now that I'm not trying to be fancy with my Bard anymore. This would be a good opportunity for the Dancing Dagger, I suppose. But we'll just, we'll keep it safe from now. Alright, maybe we'll get fancy. That'll help. We'll get just a little bit fancy. There we go. Perfect timing. I knew it was close. I didn't know it was quite that close, but I knew it was close. And Elixir in Phoenix Downs is our prize. And we picked up the Dragon Grass. So I am going to be ending the stream as soon as we get back to this save point. So I'd say about 2 or 3 minutes I'll be ending the stream. And we can be sure we're not going to run into Golem, because we've already rescued him, we've already got him in our inventory, so a battle in your inventory cannot attack you. Here we go, and that's going to be it for today. Thank you if you tuned in, and I will be putting some of these highlights on this channel and my YouTube channel, so we will hopefully see you for the rest of World 2 another day.